Hi guys, today we're going to react to LCG, Lollipop Candy Girl by Hanabie. Every time we react to a Hanabie song, I keep thinking, how's it possible that Yukina is able to produce that voice, that growly voice? It's so detached from what she looks like, and it makes it in with that baby voice. It just gives you a different kind of experience. I'm loving this song, by the way. That old Hanabie rhythm and attack on the senses, it's just what the doctor ordered.
Every time she hits that sort of scream or growl, or whenever she gets into it, it just makes me smile every time because it's like, reminds me, oh yeah, it's Yukina, of course. We've talked about this when covering them in the past, about how she does it and all the rest of it, and she does it like it's nothing. Because a few weeks ago, I saw them live in Melbourne. So she did this on stage, just freaking amazing. One of my favorite shows of late. They just have so much energy, and the way she does this, it's seamless. It's just like in the clips. There's nothing else to it. She just switches from one voice to another, no problem whatsoever. And yeah, she gets intense. Amazing band.
Yeah, we said it about other bands, but it's like they have two vocalists. In this case, Yukina and the demon that's with her.
Well, they do anyway, because she's not the only one who sings, but she does the bulk of the singing. But yeah, I'm so happy I got to see them live. It was just such an experience. My first Japanese band live out of the ones we've covered on the show. So yeah, I'm a happy camper. Their mix of J-metal and J-pop, it just works so well. When they hit those choruses as well, it's just like, it's so catchy, it just kind of pulls you along with it, and then she hits those growls and screams, and it's just like, wow, this is metal, this is attitude. Love it.
I had a term floating around in my head to describe this type of feel that I get from Hanabie. It's like pleasurable trauma.
I'm not feeling the trauma, I'm feeling pleasure.
It's an attack on the senses, but it feels good.
And also they're just so little. Like you see them on stage, they're all fairly little and
physically,
and they look so sweet, and then it's just like, love it.
It only looks human. Don't make
something
the mistake.
Like she is an animal on stage, you know. Her English is kind of limited, and still she was just playing around with the audience, and just amazing. She's got charisma, she's got confidence, like in abundance.
I think we've known that from when we reacted to We Love Sweets. Immediately 5 seconds in, oh yeah, she's got confidence. Yeah,
she rocks.
happened before in Hanabie songs. I love how we immediately react to this is intense, this is an attack on the senses, and then it's like they're going, listen to this. If you thought this was insane, we can share that's a lot more insane than what you initially thought. That entire gear change, I don't think I blinked. I'm just loving this.
Yeah.
Everything that comes out of them, I just love listening to them.
Yeah. If I had to describe Hanabie in one word, I would just say fun. It's just always fun to see, to watch them either live or clips, or and just fun to listen to. Even though they sing about serious themes and topics sometimes, they try not to take themselves too seriously. Also, you know, on stage, they do joke around a lot. They try to give you a fun experience every time.
They can perfectly convey the energy that they bring to whoever's listening. Bravo. The gear labeling and their console, it's like intensity level 1, intensity level 2, intensity level infinity.
I just realized that generally we try not to listen to any music before we do it on the show. I just realized that they did do this one live. So I actually did hear it before.
Oh, it's not a first time.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's like 4 songs in one.
Yeah. You said usually they talk about serious subjects, but they do it in a fun way. Not knowing what they're singing about, you just take experience because you don't get any vein of seriousness in that song. It's just an intense experience. But knowing the subject matter, it's a very deep and heavy subject. The interpretation that I had, at least subjectively, is kind of a question mark because it's kind of ambiguous what I had read in the lyrics. They're talking about their transition into adulthood from whatever experiences they had as children. And it's either that they're mourning the fact that they need to abandon their teenagehood in order to face the world as adults because they are doing things that are not conventional. Most women in their age don't do what they do, or that they've accepted and realized that they have to mature in order to achieve their dreams. They can't stay in that teenage mindset.
Perhaps it's all of those. Again, with this type of translation, it's a bit tough to kind of fully get to the bottom of it because the translation is sometimes feels all over the place, although in Japanese it might really work well structurally. But even the opening line, it's translated, so I hope it's actually translated correctly because it's just, I love it. And it says descending the staircase to adulthood. You would think that you would climb a staircase to adulthood, but they're saying descending it. So they're coming down from wherever they are into adulthood. That's our story, you know, that's how it starts here.
Yeah, that's what made me think about mourning the teenagehood that they had.
So even though it feels like some sort of potentially a criticism of social media and especially how younger people take to it, it might actually be kind of maybe going the other way, talking about how much they love social media and all that comes with it, and they don't want to let go of it. There's a line, it refers to SNS, and SNS is social networking service, which is basically the way Japanese, I think, refer to social media. So it's all about wanting 1 million. I assume that's either likes or views or
subscribers.
Yeah. I would assume it refers to views, like basically going viral. And then it talks again about I want likes, I want retweets, I want 1 million. That to me felt like somewhat a criticism of being young and thinking that this is important when it really isn't. Wanting to be liked and followed and all of that through social media, which isn't really sort of real.
It's fairly clear that they have some sort of criticism on social media, and you can boil down all the different aspects of it, the likes, the subscribers, and the comments, to things that give you instant gratification. And in my head, it connects to the first line you mentioned, descending into adulthood, where they, as adults now, they realize that instant gratification is not something that they should pursue. They need to be more patient to get gratification when they make something of substance. I think that's the difference. That's how they show that they're mature, that they see the fallacy in it in social media, that it doesn't mean anything, that gratification is not of substance. It's actually a positive message.
Yeah, and it starts, like I said, it's as if it's talking about maybe their sort of love for social media, but then when it hits the chorus, it takes a shift, because it says, I'm being consumed by my imagination, it's my own choice, a hymn to love, clinging to the past works. And then, wait a minute, I'm not holding a grudge, I'm letting my imagination take me away, fairy tales that we don't need anymore. So as if saying, you know what, this is great, this is fun, but it's not real, and we don't really need it anymore. It depends on which sort of part you kind of take from it, because then there's this sort of a sense of, you know what, screw it all and party kind of thing. It goes into all this stuff like drinking and about this and about that, partying basically.
Yeah, looking for gratification elsewhere. I kind of tend to lean on the notion that descending into adulthood means waking up from whatever slumber had them believing that, or
maybe that, you were on a high, so you're coming down. That's possible. But then, in that sort of breakdown part, it says, I wish I could forget by tomorrow. I wish I could just disappear now. It's showtime at the party. Freestyle state, my kind of invitation. Bye-bye to you. Thank you, a latte. So again, there's like a little bit of play on words here about society in a way and the way they are. And then it goes, I assume that's supposed to be, let's get stoned. Let's get stoned. Let's go all out. Let's get it boldly. Let's dance till morning. So again, it's let's party. Maybe this is like the last hurrah before hitting adulthood. There's a post-chorus at the end. It says, coated with love, heroine as in a female hero, still can't move on, mixed and drowned, the depths of her eyes are now, she said a lie. Again, something about the translation might be a little bit off with English, it might not, but to me, it just has this sort of feel to it like reality's hit, so it is really kind of about that whole transformation from young, party-going personality to someone who has to deal with real issues, with real life, and basically with growing up. So it could be both saying goodbye, reluctantly saying goodbye to your young self, and it could be about accepting that and saying, we all have to grow up sometime.
Yeah, it's like saying goodbye to a time where you were carefree, and now you need to embrace adulthood, because achieving goals and all that jazz means you need to take on responsibilities. You can't be carefree. You can't stay a teenager forever.
And either way, as always, they do it in their ass-kicking way. As always, I just love Hanabie.
Yeah, I do too. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a request you'd like bumped up the line, please make it through Buy Me a Coffee. All contributions are, of course, very much appreciated. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
They have a lot of different styles sort of thrown in there, or at least it's reminiscent of a lot of different styles. Like you said, there's a symphonic metal sound in there. There's a little bit of country. There's a little bit of folk. Because the violin is so prominent in there, it even reminds me of like songs by The Corrs, who are not at all even rock, let alone metal. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you more than you know. As always, without you, there would be no show. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks again, guys.
Bye, guys.